welcome to Ed Fluential Sports, where passion meets precision. As I'm your host, Ed, diving deep into the plays, players, and stories shaping the game. And this is an unexpected video. I didn't plan on dropping this, but this Hawaii versus California college football bowl game was spectacular. This was a great game. Hawaii ended the season 8-4. California finished 7-5. And obviously, as y'all know, as long as you have 6 wins and your team has good enough academics, you get a bowl game. Because there are some teams that can't get bowl games due to bad academics. But both of these teams were in the Hawaii Bowl. Of course, Hawaii having a good enough season to get a bowl in the Hawaii Bowl, hosting it. And they were able to get the win despite being down 21 early. Christmas Eve special, it was only one football game on, and there was some wrestling on as well. I was watching AEW. I had those shorts out in the morning. But man, what a game. Really from both sides. California, disappointing loss for them. California shouldn't have lost this game. They led 21-0 at one point in this game, had a 21-0 lead, and Hawaii was able to score 21 unanswered. But let's just focus on California for a second and what they were able to do early. Hawaii had a risky 4th and 1 call, not 4th and 1. It was a 4th down. They went for it. They were able to convert on that same drive. They were on a 3rd and 13. And Alejado, he really could have ran for the first down, but the pressure that California displayed defensively didn't allow him to do that. And Hawaii, then they was able to go up 7-0. Not Jesus. I'm calling him Jesus for the video because I think Jesus is better. But hey, his name is actually Jesus. Yeah, Jacob Day Jesus, but I'm going to be calling him Jesus because it's just easier. But he started the game off, hot start, 41-yard receiving touchdown, and he was great throughout the entire game. So he made some really big plays and kept California, gave them a chance to win this game, which they should have won. Then Raphael, he had a great game as well. The quarterback on California played a really good game. He had over 300 yards, just 1 touchdown, but he didn't commit any turnovers. Now, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try to struggle and say it, but he had a good game. He had a super long name, but now I was impressed with what he was able to do. Like I said, California was up 21-0 after the Raphael touchdown, the Jesus touchdown, and the lead touchdown. They had 3 different players score touchdowns, 2 of which were receiving touchdowns. No one 2 receiving touchdowns because the quarterback only had 1 passing touchdown. But they had 3 touchdowns already, and one of them being that explosive play from Jesus early on in the game. They led 21-0. League ran in for a touchdown. League is a really cool name. It's just a really cool last name in my opinion. But they led 21-0, and Hawaii, they was able to get on the board when it was Ashlock. He was able to Ashlock. He was able to score a touchdown to get them on the board, make it a 7-21 game. Then they get the ball once again and was able to kick a field goal. And what hurt Hawaii in this game, even though they won it, they did lose one of their top pass rushers, number 57, for the rest of the game. He was having a good first half, but then he got hurt near the end of that first half and wasn't able to continue the rest of the game. But California led 21-10 at halftime, and California was still in control. Hawaii had scored 10 straight, but 10 straight, that's usually nothing, especially if you're already up 3 touchdowns. Momentum was in. You had the momentum for the most part. They did miss a field goal to end the half. California did. That could have put them up 24-10. But aside from that, they were dominating this game for the most part. And Hawaii had a very difficult time scoring and having positive drives in this game. But as soon as the third quarter started, Hawaii was able, well, not assume, but when the third quarter started, it was a bit of a struggle for both teams to score. But near the end of it, I'd say around 6 minutes left, Hawaii was able to get a field goal and make it 13-21. And I'm thinking, that's 13 unanswered. They're only down 8 now. All they need is a 2-point conversion, a touchdown, of course, and a 2-point conversion. They were able to get the stop, which it really wasn't a stop, but Jesus had messed up. Jesus had a bad drop that could have helped them continue their drive and potentially score. And California also went for it on 4th and 9, which I really question that decision. Because if you don't trust your field goal kicker, you might as well just punt it away. There's no need for you to go for it on 4th and 9, because now you're giving Hawaii really good field position. and whether they score a touchdown or not, they're still able to score again and put more pressure on you to score that following drive. So that was a terrible decision, in my opinion. And then it was 21-13 to end the third quarter. California was still up by 8, and at the start the fourth quarter, Ashlock had 3 huge catches, two of which went for first downs, and another one that ended up being a touchdown. And then a shuffle pass on the 2-point conversion to tie the game 21-21. I thought Alejandro was going to run it in, but he did a shuffle pass instead to tie it, and the game was tied 21-21. And I was like, oh, they're probably winning this game now, just based off of that. Because you just allowed them to have a shuffle pass play on a 2-point conversion. I didn't think that was happening. And then another key moment that cost California this game was number 8, his late hit on Jesus. He had a super late hit on well, no, they could have cost Hawaii. No, that wasn't on. That was on Hawaii. That was a moment that could have cost them the game. Because number 8, it was number 4. He had the defensive back. He had a really good. He did a great job defending Jesus. Then number 8 came in there and hit him super late. So California was able to continue that drive, and they ended up settling for a field goal to finally score. After Hawaii scored 21 unanswered, they went up 24-21, and then over Olave, which he spells his name really weird. It's not how Chris Olave spells it, but I mean, he don't spell it that way. His parents named him that, but it's really weird. He ended up costing California 15 yards on a defensive possession because of an unnecessary roughness penalty. Now, he did. The guy that he pushed out the way, he did do a little bit of acting, but at the end of the day, you still can't push off a player like that, even if you are trying to get up, because it just looks aggressive the way that he did it. So Hawaii was able to take advantage of that, and they went deep to White for a touchdown. Hawaii takes a 28-24 lead. Then California gets the ball again. In this possession, they had 2 near fumbles. Like, Raphael was having a good game. I don't know what happened here. Luckily, he didn't, but it was like, lucky you got down in time, because if not, those would have been fumbles. But it didn't matter, because on that same drive, Hawaii had 3 offsides. So 3 offsides on one possession, and they were able to take advantage of that. California was. A touch push for the touchdown. California leads 31-28. Now, Alejandro had to go out the game due to injury, because he had got his helmet came off one play where he got a first down. He had a great run, amazing run. His helmet came off, and if your helmet comes off, you got to take off one play. Then the following play, when he got back on the field, he took a hit. It wasn't nothing super crazy. It wasn't nothing illegal. It was just a hard hit, a good hit by the defender, by the defensive tackle, and then he had to go out for the rest of the game. So they brought in Weaver, and it's not much time left. If I can show the clips in this video, I will. Hopefully, since I recorded them, but we'll see what happens with that. But Weaver, he had to come off the bench. He throws a dime to, I forgot who it was. But he gets off the bench and he throws a dime for the touchdown, because I really didn't even pay attention to the receiver once he got it, because I was like, I wasn't expecting them to go. I actually wasn't surprised they went deep, because they're playing in overtime. Tomorrow Christmas, they ain't trying to play in overtime. So they went for the win. They won 35-31. 10 seconds left. California had a chance. Wasn't able to do nothing. Game ended in a big brawl. But the stars of the game for Hawaii, who won the game, Micah Alejandro, great effort despite the injury late. Had 32 completions out of 46 attempts, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he also had 5 carries for 33 yards, a 6.6 average. Alejandro did his thing the entire game. Like, he battled through it, even through injury. He was still supporting his team, didn't go to the 10 or nothing like that. He was still out there showing support despite his injury. Luckily, the season was over, so he'll have time to recover if it's anything bad. Hopefully, it's not nothing too serious, though. But what a game from Micah Alejandro. And then a pro left fade, Ashlock, 14 receptions, 123 yards, 8.8 average, 2 touchdowns in the biggest game of the season. Phenomenal performance. The way he started the fourth quarter, truly special. 3 big catches, one of them being a touchdown. and did his thing. And then for California, their key players, Kendrick Raphael, the running back, 18 carries, 91 yards, 5.1 average, a touchdown. Also had 3 catches for 14 yards, 4.7 average. Like I said, it was a few times where he almost fumbled, but almost don't count. He didn't actually fumble. Had a really good game. And then Jacob the Zeus, I like to call him Jesus, 9 catches, 137 yards, 15.2 average, 1 touchdown. Jesus scoring crazy on Christmas Eve, but it wasn't enough to put away Hawaii as California blew the 21-0 lead and ended up losing by 4 points. But with that being said, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment what y'all thought, and share for others to see. And once again, congratulations to Hawaii.
College quarterbacks max out. He's going to try and go underneath. Trying to get it to Tron Grizel. Still 1 second on the clock. That was the hook and ladder we talk about. Trying to get Grizel the dig route, then DeJesus was ready for it behind it. This right here is just the recess play call. Last call. Try to pitch it laterally. See if you can make something happen. Gotta try it here. Gotta get rid of it. And it does. Still pitching it. And that's it. Flags on the field. It's getting chippy. This is not good. This is not good. This is going to bar what has been a fantastic game. A tremendous comeback by Hawaii. A lot of crossover on these teams. Guys that grew up with one another. A lot of island ties. Emotions getting testy.